Technology. Welcome to Hey EW. I am RJ City, and my guest. What are we calling you?
What would you like to call me?
Can we say Scotty too hard?
No, you can't say
We're not
that.
allowed to say
No,
it? That's like the
no.
clickable. Well, what else do you got?
What
Scott
about-
Taylor? Can we do Scott Taylor?
What about Scott? Scotty?
Just Scott. You want me to just put Scott Hey EW in the title?
What about lukewarm?
That would be great
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's not bad at all. You've certainly cooled down
Yes.
over the years.
You're
all right,
telling
well,
me.
hey, Scott.
Hey, RJ.
You were born July 2nd, 1973.
I was.
In Westbrook, Maine. Why don't you have one of those hideous accents?
The truth is, I moved to Memphis in 1993, straight out of high school to work for the USWA, and everybody there made fun of my Maine accent, so I intentionally tried to lose it, and then I just never.
You were shamed by people
was-
in Memphis?
I was accent shamed.
Wow. I mean, your accent isn't great now, but it
In
isn't one of
Memphis,
those Maine.
yes,
Give everyone an example of how bad the Maine accent is.
Park the car in the yard.
See what I mean? People of Memphis were correct. You loved wrestling since the age of 10. And at the age of 14, you were so enamored with it that you wrote a letter to Stamford, Connecticut, asking if they knew of any schools.
I did,
And they said, no, good luck.
basically. But I did get a response from Sue Aitchison, who just recently left the company.
But she said, no, she didn't give you any information.
At least she wrote back.
Yeah, well, fair. But undeterred, then you then tried to call the office?
I've still tried to call the office.
And just no answer? They just go straight to dial tone?
Still no answer.
Excellent. Really, really good stuff. You were never formally trained?
Shocking, right?
I mean, okay, so first of all, you went to Killer Kowalski school for like a day.
You've never seen my matches.
I have. We'll get into it later.
All right.
But you went to Killer Kowalski school for like a day.
Yes.
And then you were like, I don't like this guy. Who did he ever train?
No, I did, but then I actually planned on going to the Hart School, which I would have been there at the same time as Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. But the day before I was going to leave, Helen Hart told us, don't bother coming. It's not the Harts running the school anymore.
So you said, thanks, Helen.
Thanks, Helen.
And then you said, I'll do you one better. You went to your mom's garage and you and your friends built a ring out of mattresses, plywood, and you used your dad's workbench as a top rope.
That's what I did.
And your parents were okay with this?
No.
Okay. You then bought a VHS called 1987 Secrets of Pro Wrestling.
It was actually a TV show.
Oh, okay. So,
Right.
but you taped it off TV?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent.
Well, that's what we did back then.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. You
Like
hit
we
play
re-
and record at the
Yes,
same time.
yes.
I'm familiar with the process.
Yes.
And you just learned everything from that?
Yeah.
They told you everything you need to know.
Everything.
So what the are you doing training people now? What do you know? You know nothing. You're a coach, you're a trainer, you're like, oh, put some mattresses in your garage?
Yes. It's crazy, right?
So you're pro trying this at home?
I say I was a backyard wrestler before there was a term for backyard wrestling.
Oh, you're
I was
real
I was
pioneer.
ahead of my time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Great stuff. You started hanging around house shows, and you befriended a ring crew guy who would let you roll around before the shows.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like the one good ring boy story. And your first match was in the Cumberland County Civic Center in front of the touring cast of the musical Cats who was performing there that night?
Man, you did your work.
Yes, I did. This is the only story I'm interested in.
That was the first crowd that I got to perform in front of was the cast of Cats.
And how did that influence your work?
Here I am.
Yeah, here you
Yeah.
are. Do you do any cat stuff? You're like, wow.
I got nothing.
Do you have a favorite cat? Have you seen Cats since?
I've never seen Cats.
Okay, so wait a minute. These people watched you wrestle, a mom's garage trained wrestler,
Yes.
and then you wouldn't go see Cats. It's pretty shameful.
Yeah.
Apologize to the touring cast of Cats right now.
Sorry, Cats.
Thank you.
From the worm.
That's awful. You then became an enhancement talent on TV while you were in hye school?
I was still a junior in high school.
You wouldn't have been the most popular kid in high school.
You know what? That was a time when wrestling wasn't cool, so I didn't tell a lot of people.
Okay.
You know, so I would be literally in a locker room with Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker and Sid vicious, and then 2 days later I'd be back in science class.
And no one said, hey, I saw you on Saturday. You got your ass kicked by the Berserker. No one said that?
Nobody was watching that. You know, it's not like now.
Right.
You know?
So you were like a superhero if the superhero was embarrassed by being a superhero.
If I was a backyard wrestler.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That makes a lot more sense. I will say, though, we're at a time where the people that you wrestled was like better than anyone today.
Oh my God.
Let's do a little speed shoot.
Okay.
I'm going to list people who destroyed you.
Okay.
You just give me maybe an expressive noise of how it felt to wrestle them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Excellent.
Expressive noise.
Yes.
Okay.
Rick Martel.
Arrogant.
That's a word. It's not a noise.
Sorry.
Really following along here.
Backyard.
You were trained in your mother's garage,
Backyard.
weren't you? Yeah. Skinner. There you go. See, that's good. The Beverly Brothers.
Ouch.
The Ringmaster.
Money.
Steve Austin.
Money.
Triple H.
Money.
Owen Hart.
One of the best.
Kamala. Oh, really nice. Jeff Jarrett.
JEFF.
Bam Bigelow.
Missed the first headbutt that he gave me on Monday Night Raw. Had to do another.
He missed
On
the
live
headbutt?
Television, yes.
His head is like the size of a Volvo. He just missed you completely?
I know.
Wow. Xanta Claus.
His only match.
Yeah. Yeah. You really know how to get people over. And the Tasmaniac.
The Ringmaster. Mm-hmm. All right.
That's right. Yeah, he did take off. I'll give you that one. The Tasmaniac.
Who?
It was Taz, but he had the furry thing.
Oh,
and he
with
had
the bare feet.
Yes.
Makeup.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is Taz nicer to you because you knew him before Taz, or is he just always like that?
Taz is nicer to me.
That's amazing. He must say, like, hello.
Sorry to kill his gimmick.
Yeah. Kill this. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. He's a real lovable guy. I can't wait to get to the office and snuggle him. While taking dangerous bumps without any guaranteed money, you worked as a manager for Spencer's Gifts.
I did.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite novelty item?
We didn't have those novelty items when I worked there.
It was like a legit gift store?
It was a legit gift store.
This was before they were selling weed stickers?
Yes, yes. It was a different time. Very different time.
Greeting cards?
Yeah, greeting cards, fart machines.
Oh, okay. Were you selling fart machines? Yeah, legitimate items like
so
fart
I'm an expert in fart machines if
Yeah.
you need any advice. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Give me one. Give me a good, what's a good fart? Give me a good one. You just use your mouth. It's okay.
I got nothing.
You know, is it wrong to say that you were a jobber? Is that a derogatory term?
I always say it was jobber, enhancement,
Yeah.
extra, light heavyweight.
Right.
All the same.
Fair enough.
All the same.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Give me your already in the ring pose. I'm gonna introduce you. Give me your little sad look into the camera where you know you're gonna get killed. You right? You ready? All right. Let me introduce you. Already in the ring, Scott. Great stuff. Great stuff. That guy has no chance. You did that for 6 years before they signed you.
I did, but you get look. I look back. I was I was in high school and I was wrestling Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart.
Yes.
You know.
Well, my question is,
Rick
why
Martel,
did they sign
Kurt
you?
Hennig. Why didn't they?
Yeah. No, why did they eventually?
It was the light heavyweight division.
So they said, we just need people who don't weigh that much.
Yes. Yes.
And you said, I've been not weighing that much for 6 years
Yes,
now.
yes.
I think I can do this. And then, in catering, you come up to a legally unnameable executive.
Yes.
And you said, hey.
Hey.
You got this Brian Christopher here.
Yes.
He's too sexy.
Yes.
I used to wrestle as too hot.
Maybe we could be too something.
Is that what you said? Too something?
Yes. And then the next week we were too much.
Yes. Yeah, it's really that simple. So if you were too hot, who's a guy who's like a base level hotness? Who's a guy who's just attractive enough?
I got nothing.
So you're doing too much. And at what point does someone say, you know
You can
what?
never do too much.
No.
Yeah.
I guess, especially in this business.
Right.
They just
Right.
drive it into the ground.
Right.
But at what point does someone say, you know what? Let's completely appropriate hip hop culture.
1999. Spring of 1999.
And you just dove right in.
Well, the idea was they wanted us to start dressing similar to what the Hardy Boys were doing with the street clothes. And the only direction we got was dress like the kids are dressing in the malls.
Okay.
We took it and ran with it.
Yeah, obviously. You ran
Yes.
straight to FUBU and you said, give me everything you have.
Yes.
You did the robot.
Yes.
You were doing the moonwalk.
I was doing the moonwalk. I think Brian was doing the robot.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't want to get that
Yeah,
confused.
yeah.
What I think is fascinating is that you guys did this right before you could get canceled. You just missed the cutoff. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
looking back on it now, we might be able to still get canceled.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you're here, you're saying, who wants to see my worm?
Right.
You got another guy who's putting his ass in people's faces.
Right.
You're wearing Rockaware.
Right.
You really got lucky. It's going to happen sooner or later. Somebody's going to dig it up and say,
Yeah, we had dreads.
yeah, dreads. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that, please. That's terrible. The worm is one of the most popular moves in the history of wrestling.
Really?
What do you think that says about society?
History?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's says a lot about society.
No. And when did you become sick of the worm?
I'm still not sick of it.
Really? How many do you think
I
you've
have
done?
one dance move.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know.
That's all you
and
do.
people spell it out.
Walk me through it right now.
Imagine if I called it the caterpillar
Imagine.
or the centipede.
Walk me through it. Walk me through it. Let's get up here. Let's
right.
get this on our feet.
All
Okay?
right.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Left arm out.
Left arm. Always work the left. Is that what that means?
Always the left.
You've
right,
watched your VHSs.
Right? Yes.
Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to run in place.
How many steps?
You got to feel RJ, you got to feel the audience.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's very
That's
magical.
That's what I coached.
Right.
Run in place.
Yeah.
Now you got to go to your left and hop 4 times. W, O, R, M. And now you lay down and you do the worm.
And how do you do it? How do you start?
I would
Did you
do
always
it.
know how to
I would do it, but you see how tight these jeans are?
I understand.
Okay. And then when you come up, you have to hit the karate. Who?
It should really be whom.
No, it's who, because I was gassed. I was blown up. So
Oh.
I wasn't intentionally
You were just
doing it.
breathing.
I was going, and then you drop the atomic chop across the chest.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder why you were over?
Yes.
You said that your career peaked at the peak of pro wrestling.
I think I had a connection with the audience that's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's easy to explain. That guy's appropriating.
It's.
I think it's quite clear.
I think it's a connection with the audience. That's what it was.
I think they went, gee, this guy had as much formal training as I did. And that's why they related to you.
Yeah, and I think they also, my backstory of being an extra for all that time and all that work that went into it, they appreciated that by the time things finally turned for me.
Long-term storytelling.
Long-term. It's still being told.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll say. You were like the last guy to wear a visor. Where did it go and when is it coming back?
I'm thinking about bringing it back in LA for the pay-per-view, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll just be in the back with a visor on saying, "My, is it sunny?"
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm. And you used to stick your hair up, you used to spike it up. Tell everybody about the long-term damage that does to your hair.
You have to go to Turkey 25 years later to get a hair replacement surgery.
There you go. That's the risks you guys took. That was the Attitude Era.
But I did it for the fans.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. CTE, damaged hair follicles.
Yes.
It was a rough time.
Screws in my neck, back surgery.
Right.
And hair replacement surgery.
So what advice do you possibly give to anyone now?
Don't spike your hair.
Don't spike your hair.
Yes.
Yeah. But you guys just did like the stupidest shit imaginable and it got massively over.
It was a connection with the audience.
Okay. So you tell people now, gee, you should have wrestled 30 years earlier.
Yes.
Would be a lot
yes.
easier.
Yes.
You are embedded in popular culture. There is a rap group I've never heard of called Migos, and they have a song called Scotty Too Hottie.
You've never heard of the Migos?
Did they give you any money for this?
No, of course not.
Did they contact you at all?
We can't even say the name.
Did they give you a sticker or an
Actually,
album?
they wanted me for the video.
But you said no.
Well, somebody else said no.
Okay. Well, let me read some of the lyrics. Scotty Too Hottie done put the little bitch on the molly. She everybody too hottie. Shotties on bodies, lil N-words, gonna call them out about it. Don't know none about it. Scotty Too Hottie. Are you proud of this?
Connect with the audience.
This is what you inspired.
It's not my fault.
You've wrestled for 20 years and we got little bitches on Molly.
Those guys were little kids when I was doing the worm.
They owe this to you.
It's all my fault.
This is what you influenced. You
sorry.
buy one FUBU shirt and the whole world is turned over. There's also a weed strain called Scotty Too Hottie. Are you aware of this?
No.
Well, I'm sure you didn't get any money for it either. This is the description. Tell me if it fits you. Relaxing and euphoric.
So far.
Okay. Reviewers say it makes them feel focused and quite hungry.
Quite hungry, never focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet but gassy aroma.
Gassy.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
yes,
And notes of vanilla and diesel.
Diesel? Mm-hmm. Not that part.
No. Used for stress and moderate pain.
I have those, both of those.
Excellent. So
Yes.
that's the connection with the crowd that you're talking about again. I see how this is going. After your last full-time contract, you trained to be a firefighter, but then you just didn't become one?
No, I didn't. I went to firefighter school, went to EMT school.
Yeah.
And then started volunteering.
And then you're like, this.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing.
No,
Yeah.
no. You said, let me just do one dance move.
Yes.
And have people fall in
Yes,
love with me.
yes,
I don't want to save lives.
Yes.
Yeah. You also got your real estate agent's license.
I did.
What part of your gimmick would make me want to buy a house from you?
None of it.
No. Honey, the guy in the bucket hat says we need new grouting.
The guy doing the worm in the kitchen wants to sell us a house. Yeah.
You can see why this didn't work. Your son now wrestles.
He does.
Don't you wish you were a bigger name so the nepotism would actually work? I mean, he's grinding it out on the indies. That's rough.
He is. He's grinding it.
You're teaming with him.
I teamed with him once.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it went
yes,
poorly. Did
yes.
it help or hurt your relationship?
It helped the relationship. It hurt the match, probably.
Right.
He would have been better off by himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have you told him, like, hey, just roll around in the garage and then pick one dance move and just ride it into the ground?
Connect with the audience.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Has he learned anything from you, or is he trying to go the opposite way?
Don't spike your hair up.
Right, right. Maybe not dreadlocks either. You told your kids, don't do something for the money. Do it for the love, and the money will come. So you just want them to be dependent on you forever?
No, I want to be dependent on them.
I see.
Yes.
And you're just trying to bring them along. You say, take over the mantle
Yes.
when I retire. Does
Yes.
your son inherit your visors?
The bucket hats.
The bucket hats.
Yes.
Right, because you don't want them to spike
No
the hair.
visors,
I
the
understand.
buckets.
You wrestled one untelevised match in AEW. They didn't see anything in you?
They told me to just keep working at it, and they give me another shot, maybe a year or two down the road. But I'm in the developmental system now.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
I'm
I
just,
think you just tighten up a little. You know?
just waiting for that hair to come back in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Send me your tape. I know
Yes.
people. You know, for all the dancing you've done professionally.
I haven't done a lot of dancing, just one move, RJ.
Professionally. That's a lot. You say you've never danced recreationally.
I never.
Care to dance?
Recreationally.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
I can't
Now's
do
the
it.
time.
See, my palms are all sweaty.
Shh,
Look,
no, come on,
look how
slow
sweaty
dance.
my
Just a
palms.
little
No,
slow
I
dance.
can't do it.
Scotty.
Nope.
Scott.
Nope.
Scott.
Nope.
Come here.
Nope.
Just a little.
RJ.
Just a little sway with me.
RJ.
A little bit of this.
I need HR.
Well, this has been an early worm.
Get the bird. Get the early bird gets the worm.
Thanks for catching up. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, you're an inadequate amount of attractiveness.